Welcome to the Life of Cousin Patches, baby. Honey, I'm sitting here with Candy. Yes, I don't even need to say where she's from. The great SATV, Sweet Dishes TV. Y'all, I know y'all been watching this crazy shit. I know, and everybody's been wanting to know what is your opinion.
Why y'all want to know my opinion?
Because that's what everybody.
I ain't live in the house.
Yeah. See, what you think about the whole Robbie, the Charmaine, and even I guess the Bruno peeping in and out. I've already asked her about the Bruno peeping in and out, and she already gave me her honest thing. But if y'all was curious, you want to know, you could probably hear it from her mouth about it. But before we even go into the love life, some of y'all said on my channel, Miss Marie Sophie, honey, I always like your comments. You always true. I do like your comments, and I like the fact that you keep it real. But you should always keep it as a lady, because if you're trying to tell me something, if I can learn from it, I'll get a job, bitch. I'm not with that. I slightly would snap back at you, even if you're trying to mean something in my own good. I would snap back at you. I almost called you a whore, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I got your bitch. But you came back on the video saying that you was just trying to, give me the best feedback that you had to give me. And one of the things was that if I needed to get a meaningful job, and the fact that you felt that other people was taking care of me. I needed them to pay my bills in order for me to live. So you felt like I was riding on these people in order to have what I have. Not knowing nothing but a glimpse of what goes on in my life, in my everyday world. Y'all only get a drop in the bucket compared to the craziness. But she does know everything that kind of goes on in my life. And before I even let her get really into detail, let me make this clear again. I've always had a house. I've always had furniture in my home. I've came equipped. Go back and look at older videos. I pretty much always live by myself. But from time to time, I tend to let people come in so they can get themselves established to get going on. I ain't saying every little bit don't help, but it's such little. You only covering the basics of what you use, but all that main heavy shit, it's been on moi. It's been on moi. And whether my employment or not is in question, and my job is not meaningful enough to suffice my life, I think you really don't know me. Because, can't nobody pay me like me. Can't nobody take care of me like me. And I don't expect for no man to give me anything that I can't get myself. That I've always been getting myself. I have a lot to offer. I come equipped. With that being said, let's get on to... Do you honestly think that people say that it's probably my fault because people are leaving from my home, so I've done something to these people to make them leave? Do you think that the Robbie situation is I just made him purely leave, or is it my fault, or how do you feel?
No, with Robbie was like a complete blind sight. Like, it's a good thing Robbie left the state, cause I whoop your ass, Robbie. I know you didn't glance back. You a dirty son of a bitch. You a dirty. Listen. Listen. I was being nice, you little fucker. I kept her from whooping your ass. I should have let her whoop your ass. Oh, you need to be happy. You know this motherfucking state.
See?
Because damn it, it's just dirty. Here's my thing. With Robbie, nothing was treated bad with Robbie. Yeah, you might have got on somebody's nerves every now and again, and everybody gonna bicker every now. Everybody in one house, you gonna bicker every now and again. But it wasn't no big shit. Nothing. It was like take out the trash. Make up your bed. But you're 30, so nobody should have to tell you to do that shit anyway. But that was like the gist of the quote unquote bickering. Now with him, nobody's mad because Robbie moved out. It's the way Robbie went about it. Robbie was supposed to come home with his half of the rent money, and that's not saying, oh, he's taking care. You live there. You're supposed to pay some bills. So anybody who thinks, oh, you're just dependent on them. No, if you live in my home and you have a room and you fucking with my little gas, my lights, my water, you eating food, nigga, you gonna pay something. So that's not, oh, I'm dependent on you. No, that's your put in into this house.
Did I not take care of him
Before?
Please let that be known.
The first, hell, half the time he was here, before he just really got this job, he was basically freeloading because he didn't have no way of paying nothing.
He lost his little food stamp card, so I had to feed him uptown. I had one piece of chicken. I don't want to call on my baby all the time. Yeah.
Ate everything, you know, so that was his put in. That wasn't, oh, I'm dependent on, no, that's your rent money. Okay, and it wasn't even a lot he had to put in at all. But so basically what it was, he was supposed to pick up his check. He was told, okay, the people are coming Friday. I need, you know, everybody need to have their little bit. And he said, okay, right? Now remember, Robbie is 30 years old. This ain't no teenager. This is a grown-ass man. So he comes up missing. Days go by. And at first we wasn't nervous because he's done this before. You know, he'll go run off with his little hot-ass tail to some little nigga's house. And then he just doesn't pick up the phone. So we wasn't nervous until she called his job. And they was like, oh, he ain't been coming in. And we like, whoa, what the fuck? Robbie ain't going to work. Yeah. Now, we know he should go to work. So everybody got nervous. And the people on Facebook, if y'all are friends, you seen, we was like, oh, Robbie's missing. If you see, you know, she's like, if you see my little brother, please let me know. So everybody's worried. Like, we're calling the phones. Whitney, everybody's calling his phone trying to figure out what's going on. Because everybody thinks something happened to him. Because even though Robbie's grown, he is a little gullible. So we like, damn, we don't want nobody to take advantage of this little nigga. So everybody's, you know, scared and worried. And then she was like, I can't remember what it was. But she was like, I'm going to go up to the room and see if any... And then when she seen this little lying bastard. Now, he had just got this job at the Flying Biscuit. And this little lying bastard made it seem like he was only making, like, maybe $200-300. This nigga was making $1,000 every 2 weeks. So, wait a minute. So, you can't give me the little bit of money I charge you for rent. The bag that was supplied was supposed to be from her that he should have just and I just was like, $50. That was nothing. It's been 9 motherfucking months. I still ain't got $50. Then he owed her, remember, from the bills from the first house they was in. So the money he owed her altogether was like $600. If you making $2,000,
and I'm being nice with the $600 because I don't even count the toilet paper, the bleach, the air, you know, the food. I don't really count that part for me.
So if you making $2,000 a month, okay? Now, if you up in New York, that might not sound like a lot. But here,
my wigs,
that's a lot.
My long gloves, he done got makeup on them that I didn't even get a chance to wear yet.
But just like the bill part, the $600, let's say the $600, and you make a $2,000 out of your first check. Your first check was 9-something after taxes. He could have just gave her the money he owed and be like, all right, Patches,
I was slightly struggling. And they like, why do you have this house? Because I have someone in my life with children that I gotta always be available to make sure that they have a stable home. So I gotta make sure I have that because their life is not stable. You know what I'm saying? Back home. So I always make sure I have enough to take care of my family. And it's nobody's judge who my family may be, or who I claim this man, or whatnot, this, that, and the other. I always gotta have enough room to accommodate. So I'm not living beyond, but I'm gonna always have enough room so man can do like this.
And plus it's not living beyond because this person was supposed to be there. So with you having a roommate that's supposed to be there, then y'all know, oh, we can afford this because with your half and my half makes the whole. So like I said, he could have gave her money. Like I said, off of his first check, it still would have had 300 and some odd left over, which is a lot for him because his first job, he was only making $2.50 a fucking hour. So even after he would gave her little $600, he still would have had 3-something left over. And then his next check was going to be another 900 and something. So he could have gave her the money and be like, all right, Patches, well, I'm moving out.
I take all my food, I stretch it. They done stuff. I still gotta they get there to do what they gotta do. And, you know, but when it came down to it, I never had anything that was just for mine. I feed everybody. I make sure everybody's straight. I make sure everything is going down because I got to keep a stability face. I still got little cubs coming up in my world. So I don't, you know, have no time for it. But my heart was soft towards him and I had loved him. And I think that he got upset when I didn't support his book dream and deal. And I told him, I was like, you know, you give this man $400 some odd for the book. before you take care of me right here.
And you owe me money already.
Yeah, I am clocking out. It's ugly. I'm not getting ready to do it. You got me fucked up. This, that, and other. But I separated myself from the situation. Came back home. I was like, I hope you think about it. I hope you don't do this. I hope you don't do that. Apparently, he must have already took care of this man or whatever. And I told him everything's gonna be okay. It is what it is. I can't even.
They hugged. They made up.
They will.
Now I'm gonna tell you what really made me mad about him doing the way he did is because just a few days before, y'all know, if you follow us on Facebook, y'all know we always having family days, whether it's chicken wing night, Mexican night, water fight night, karaoke night, whatever it is. So we had karaoke night, and you will not be in vogue with me, bitch. Knowing you about to dip the fuck out whore. I don't do harmonies with bitches who's plotting and planning. See, that's my thing. I don't like plotting and planning. You knew what you was about to do. Don't come smiling in my face. On her face and eating and drinking and you just having a good old time. And you know, what are y'all talking about? What y'all gonna do for her birthday? And you knew the whole time you was getting the fuck on. So that's my thing. But like I said, how he did it as a punk ass coward. He moved out without letting them know, okay? Didn't call, didn't even text and be like, all right, I'm gone. I mean, goddamn. And like, you know, his name was in some of the bills. So what he, instead of saying, all right, bitches, hey, even if he was scared he was gonna get his ass beat. Let me give him that. Maybe he was scared he was gonna get his ass beat.
For spending that money.
At least call and say, well, I'm not coming back. You have such and such amount of time to get the bills that's in my name and your name. But what he did was, after he snuck out and moved the fuck out, click, he didn't cut some bills off. Now, you just did this lady dirty as fuck, like she was just grimy to you.
And the only reason why it was done this way is because he wanted to feel like he was secure enough to be right there where he was at. So when I went in, I said, okay, because this is just as much as yours as it is mine. I got your back. And I've been having his back since I got down here to show him that I gave a damn, you know. But sometimes that's not reciprocated. No matter what you do, you know, I give you...
Yeah, it's about to cut off.